Hey guys, so coming to you this week from Singapore's Marina or Gardens by the Bay. So you'll get some bit of a cool views in the background, which should be pretty cool. But anyway, so this week, yeah, look, you know, it's getting quite boring by saying the same thing every single time, which is basically that house prices are still relatively robust. They're not actually going down like everyone is actually imagining, and the media might have you think. You know, yeah, certainly they're not growing in a lot of areas. But things are still looking relatively robust and pretty cool. And do you know what? You know, I'm quite, I won't say bullish, but I'm certainly not bearish on the whole market. So I think that's quite good. Good news. The one big thing that will affect London in particular, and perhaps, you know, some of the cities in terms of Manchester and Birmingham and potentially Leeds, where international investors are going off or investing, is that Theresa May's come out and said a 1 to 3% stamp duty. You know, so unfortunately that will affect a lot of developers, because the UK demand is low because there's so much negativity about Brexit and everything, and people are holding off. And now to come out with this really is just another, you know, left hook. And you know, it's unfortunate that they just, you know, I mean, they're so focused on the little things. They've got no direction, no leadership, no nothing. It's bloody appalling. But you know what? You know, what can you do? So, you know, the thing you've got to look at is that 3% stamp duty, which you know, they're saying between 1 and 3. I think the reality is they're after 3, and that's what will probably come out. So be ready for that. Whether it will come out, probably you'll be, you know, April maybe next year it'll come in. But then again, it could be that they consult. Now, the government in the UK, let me explain, consultation means they do all this thing, spend a lot of money, and they seem not to listen to a bloody thing. You know, it seems to be my impression, for the most part, is they don't really care about what anyone thinks. This is what they're doing, so expect, I would say, a 3%. I think, well, the thing to do now, right away, is if you're negotiating, make sure you're building that 3% in. And you know what? You'll probably get that back. Yes, you'll have to pay it, but you're going to get it back in the price. And that tends to be what happens, is that the government increase the tax, and then what will happen is the prices will go down in negotiations, and you'll get that back from the developer. The problem is the developers, they're the ones that are really going to get hit by it, okay, by a thing like this, and they're already starting to struggle. And I wouldn't say struggle as in financially struggle, but what I would say is they're at the point where, you know, things are starting to get, you know, on the knife's edge, and I'd say, you know, give it another, you know, 12 months, 18 months, depending on how Brexit goes, we might see some changes and some developers going bust and things like that. Some of your big boys, they'll be fine, okay? It's the smaller developers, and you may have realised, those that are investing with me, we've pulled away from a lot of those smaller developers some years ago. We just can't risk them having, you know, a financial situation that doesn't allow them to actually continue building through, you know, what is a slowdown in the cycle. And, you know, I don't think it's going to be a drop-off. I think it's going to be, and I think it already is slowing down. So I think that's the key there. So finally is Brexit. Well, you know what? Really, Brexit is becoming a bit of a non-event to some degree. I think they're going to come out with a thing. Have a look. I've done 4 different videos this week about Brexit and talking about all sorts of things. And I think the key there is that I think they will get a deal. I think it'll be on the 12th hour. I don't think it'll be a very good deal, but it'll be good enough so they can say, hey, look, we did it. You know, keep us in power. And I think that's the key there for that, around that whole thing. Besides that, guys, not a lot actually happening. The market's still holding up really well. You know, a lot of people are starting to go, oh, I want to hold off to Brexit, but I actually think, you know, it's now where you're getting the deals. It's now where you're getting the opportunities. And I think if Brexit doesn't go as bad as everyone thinks, then all of a sudden we might see a bit of a shift in the market, okay? So, you know, that's the gamble. And it is a gamble, because nobody knows which way it's going to go. You've got to play that game. All right, guys, have a great day. And remember, live with passion. See you later. Bye.